Welcome back. Little at-home action.
I currently have my computer set up on like one of those those I don't know, like those plyo jump like boxes. Like you never
Oh,
seen those plyo jump boxes like for work and like workout centers, like workout facilities, like you jump onto those
oh,
boxes that have
no way.
I swear, that's my setup because
That,
I obviously have a table in my basement and I originally sat down there in the spot I normally sit down at. I look behind me and a Walter Payton Bears jersey is just staring down the whole screen and I'm just like like
that,
God, I love you, Walter Payton. You're a GOAT. God rest his soul, but
can't
you
be
are not showing up
not
in this
this
video
week.
today, especially with what we have, happening with the Bears tomorrow. So I'm always
Absolutely.
going to give my man Barry right here some props,
Absolutely.
especially for the switch up the setup. But
No, it's respectable. Very respectable. I like it a ton.
I wanted to get your opinion on something, and maybe I'm being a
Absolutely.
crazy hater, but ESPN posted on their like on something on so the Lakers are playing the Spurs right now, and ESPN posted something about how Wemby was posting up LeBron, did like a cool little spin move, went to the rack and dunked it, right? And
Sure.
so obviously, and so in the comment section, and it was like there's just a bunch of like, oh, this isn't that impressive. Bron's old, he's his 20th year in NBA. He's been playing NBA longer than when he's been alive. Like, this is not
Yeah.
impressive. Why are you posting this? And then in my back of my mind, I'm like, maybe I was being a hater. I want to get your thoughts on it. I don't think I was. I thought I'm curious because people are like not understanding my viewpoint. But I was like, I commented, I'm like, when LeBron does something like dunk on somebody at this age and this time in her career, it's like, oh my gosh, Ron, he's doing this at 40 years old. He's a 22nd, 22nd
Absolutely.
year in the season. He like naming some other person doing this. And I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like that's tough as hell. But
Yeah.
when he gets like not like cooked, but when he gets beat, obviously, people in the comments, oh, this he's 40 years old. This is 26. He's old. This isn't
And
impressive. And I'm just like, in my mind, I was like, is that a little contradicting itself?
it's
Or
the LeBron fans, man. That's what they are. Like I think it's the same way for everything, right? The Kobe fans, the Jordan fans, because when they got old and started getting bad, it's like, they're still
yeah,
defending. He has 6 rings or whatever, That whole
that's
argument
true.
came into play, and like that's just how it's gonna be. If you've been a lifelong fan of this guy, of course you're gonna be like, oh, you're gonna celebrate the highs and you're gonna disregard the lows.
Yeah,
I
okay.
think
That's
that's the
what
way it is with everything.
because people are like, they're like frying me in the comments. I'm like, you guys obviously don't see me like what my viewpoint is. Like, I'm all for LeBron, like giving him his props for doing something crazy in
Of
the offensive
course.
side, dunking it,
Oh,
doing some
absolutely.
cool stuff. But I'm not gonna disregard another player for doing something cool to LeBron and just say, oh, that happened because he's 40 years old, he's old, he's getting slower. Like I feel like people are just like to your point, they're celebrating the highs and disregarding the lows. And I
That's
just put that out there. And
no,
obviously, the LeBron
you,
stands
you
are on
you
my
better
head on
watch it, man.
Instagram.
Some people about to come for your head.
Yeah, no, they already are. The LeBron stands are already they're already coming for me in the comment section. So I don't think they get the view. It's so funny because like I'm just like stating my case and being so calm about it. They're all
Oh
just
yeah.
like cursing, and
I
doing
won't lie.
everything.
It's funny seeing you post or like comment on some of these Instagrams because I'll just be scrolling and like every now and then I'll read the comments and it just so happens I see your name in some of them and I'm like,
Yeah,
this guy, and then I just keep going.
this guy. Yeah, but I just wanted to
No,
ask. I just wanted. I thought I didn't know if I
no,
was
it's
tripping
it's it's a
or being.
good
I was.
perspective,
I didn't think
but
I was being a hater. I just wanted to put that out
I don't
there.
think
I don't
so.
know.
I think that's just like I'm not the big. I'm a huge LeBron fan, obviously, but I'm not. Michael Jordan's still kind of my goat right now. I will not lie.
Yeah.
Um, so maybe I'm a little biased, but I think it's the same way for every player. Like people
Yeah, that's
celebrate
true.
Curry, but you don't see the air balls, you don't see the misses, you don't see the
Yeah,
bad
you're right.
days. So
You are right. So
I don't know. It was just social media. It's whatever.
social media is
These guys
a
got no
wild
lives
place.
other
A
than to hate
wild
on
place. They're a
you.
wild place, bro. It's amazing me. It's like people are just kind of crazy a little bit. But
Absolutely.
college football, crazy week.
College
I think it's
football.
seven top 25 upsets. So
Yeah, no, it was a little hectic week. We both went 12-4. So good week. I'd
good
say.
week.
I mean, even the losses I was telling you before we started recording, the losses we had were not like bad losses. Like it was like they should have won.
Yeah,
Um,
but
such as Alabama
thanks, Alabama. Scoring
lost to
3 points against
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
They lost 24-3. That wasn't even that's BTA. Like
That's the belt. That's the belt.
that is
That's
I don't know,
bad.
man. I don't know
That's
how
really
I've been seeing a lot of things that are saying like Jalen Milroe's super athletic. He's just not a good quarterback. And I don't know. I was optimistic about him at the start of the season. I ain't even gonna lie. You were too, I think.
yeah.
But it's I don't know. I think he's just super athletic and he's showing us the decision making's not all there.
Yeah, that's true. I don't disagree with that statement, but it's weird because you see him like against Oklahoma, and it's like, bro, you threw like two pick sixes or one pick six and two picks in total, or
Yeah,
two pick sixes and three picks in total. It was some crazy thing, and I was like, what are you doing right now? But then it's like you see what he did against Georgia and LSU, on a road game,
weird.
and it's just like, bro, like
It's
this
the
guy's
same
like
guy.
actually like really good. Like this is the same guy.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
you're throwing for 300 yards and rushing for 100 yards and like four total touchdowns against with Georgia, and you have like 200 rushing yards and three total touchdowns against LSU, and then you go to Oklahoma and you throw three interceptions and don't even have 100 yards passing. It's like, bro,
Absolutely.
what? It's kind of crazy. It's like this is the same guy.
It's just
It's
a
just
lack of consistency. It
yeah,
really
it's inconsistent.
like, and
Yeah,
I don't know if he's had a rough week, maybe in an exam he didn't study for. Like,
yeah, I don't
he's not
know.
studying
Yeah,
for any exams in the first place, but you know what I mean. It's just
yeah.
no consistency. It's whatever.
There's no consistency. I
Um,
still think he'll do pretty good in the NFL.
I don't know. We'll see. I was super optimistic about Dwayne Haskins going to the
Yeah.
league. That didn't really pan out.
Oh yeah.
Who
But
knows?
just a quick recap. We have after the playoff bracket released yesterday, or yeah, yesterday. It says Wednesday.
Yep.
Arizona State would go to Ohio State. Tennessee would go to Georgia. Indiana would go to Penn State, and SMU would go to Notre Dame. The winner of the Arizona State Ohio State game would play Boise State. Winner of Tennessee Georgia would play Oregon. Winner of Indiana Penn State would play Miami, and winner of SMU and Notre Dame would play Texas. So a lot of not too much movement in the top four, but at
Everything else
least a
has
good
been
amount of movement. Yeah, everyone else a lot of movement. So
I want
that's
to
gonna
get
be
your
interesting.
thoughts on something before we kind of get into picks, before we get into
So
whatever. Is Notre Dame legit, right? Like we talked
I
about this
think they are.
briefly. Could we see them making a run here? Like their only loss is to NIU. Like
No, it's just so crazy to say. And then it's like you see what they've been doing like the rest of the season, just
I
handling
know.
business. It's like like I said, I kind of think they just had a bad afternoon, bro. Like a horrible afternoon, not even a bad, like a horrendous afternoon. Because they have been doing everything, steamrolling every team. They beat Navy, especially the military academies. Good Lord. Notre Dame just hates America, I guess. They beat
That's so.
Navy. They beat Navy, broke Navy's undefeated streak, beat them by like 40. Did the same thing to Army this past weekend, beating them by
Yeah.
like 140. So I think they're legit. And if I would, I think they would be more deserving of a first round bye. Obviously, they can't have that because they want to stay independent, and that's their downfall. But I think they would be
You
more
think that's something
deserving
that
of
could
it.
change?
Oh, why not join the Big? They no, bro. The Big Ten would be perfect for Notre Dame.
It's been perfect.
Perfect. It's been
They should have
perfect.
been in
They're
over
scared.
Rutgers or Maryland or
They're
honestly
scared,
any of these
bro.
other out
Because they
west
get these
coaches.
little weak games that they play half of their season, oh, probably three-quarters of their season every year. They play these weak games and weak teams, and they end up, finishing with, 9, 10 wins to end off as 11 wins to end off a season. And it's like, I'm not saying you would, obviously you wouldn't win all the games, Ohio
Of
State,
course.
Michigan State, Penn State, now with
Yep.
Oregon and stuff. I'm not saying you'd win all those games, but you still be competitive. Those would be great games, and you fit
Absolutely.
the culture of the Big Ten. Obviously, you're geographically friendly to the Big Ten as well. I see why not. Like, prove that you're a powerhouse.
I
Prove that
agree. Of
you're, a big program. The brand is a top five brand in the country. So
course.
why not join a conference? Like, show off. Like, I
They
don't know
just
what you're.
get more.
They're scared.
Isn't it?
They're scared of competition. That's what
Isn't
it
it
is, in
also
my
they get
opinion.
more money from the media rights? Like they don't
That's
they have like a
true. They have
media
like
exclusive
NBC,
media rights
yeah.
deal? Yeah.
Like all their games are on Peacock because of like the NBC stuff. So
Yeah.
it's yeah. So
I don't
I
know.
get
I
kind of
feel like with this new playoff format, it's definitely gonna kind of get them thinking a little bit
oh
about
yeah, for sure. Because they can finish with they can have an undefeated season and they won't have a first
yeah.
round bye.
I
They
know,
have an undefeated season, they won't have a first round bye, and that's
which is
if they don't
crazy.
want to join a they don't want to join a conference to make it easier for their players and easier to win a national championship, which they haven't had in a long time.
Yeah,
Then I don't know, sucks
that's
for
on
them.
them. That's on them.
That's their downfall. That's on them.
No,
But
I agree.
they should have been joined a long time ago.
Hey, I mean, they're in it for hockey if you think about it like that.
Yeah, and
Notre
like they're
Dame.
in the ACC for basketball, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So yeah, it's just weird, bro. It's weird.
I
I
don't
don't know.
know.
It's weird.
Is what it is, I guess.
I
Um,
guess.
I don't know. Moving along, we got our picks for this week. We're gonna keep it nice and short for you guys. Do our best to make it nice and short, at least on this Thanksgiving week. Um, but yeah, Evan, you wanna do the picks here? Or you want to do NFL?
I'll do picks. I'm gonna see if I can like name all the cities. That
Absolutely.
All right, here we go. Oregon State, they play in Corvallis, Oregon. I do know that, but they travel to Boise, Idaho, to face Boise State. Now Boise is getting a visit from, I'm not saying a great team, but at least a Power Five team, not like a group of, you know.
Didn't was it Oregon State or was it Washington State that won the little Pac-12 bowl the other?
Oh, I saw that. Who won that? I can't remember who won, but yeah, Jonathan Smith and Aiden Child's old home, Oregon State travels to Boise to face Ida, number 11 Boise State. So who do you got, Zach?
I'm gonna take Boise here. I mean, it's hard to dismiss them. They've been really good this season.
Hmm.
Oregon State's kind of in a rebuilding year. I think, losing your head coach, losing half your players to the transfer portal's tough. Losing a whole conference, let alone, is also rough. They might as well be independents at this point with one protected matchup. That's essentially what it seems like.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take Boise.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna join you on the Boise take as well. I definitely think that they still need to take Oregon State good or seriously, excuse me, because this is a Power Five or Power Four team now.
Yeah,
Um, well, Power Five because they're in the Pac-12 still. This is still a Power Five team. This isn't Colorado State or Wyoming. This is a bigger school. Bigger
of
program,
course.
better players. So if Boise State loses this one game, they're out the playoff, and this is what it is. So.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take Boise State though.
I like it.
Oklahoma State, they travel to Boulder, Colorado to go against the 25th ranked Buffaloes. Who do you got?
This is going to be a good game. I really think so. Oklahoma State's has up and downs. I thought they were going to be a lot better this year, in all honesty. Same with Colorado. Kind of shocked they lost last weekend. Um, but I think Colorado bounces back here, and I'm going to give them the win.
I agree with you. Colorado bounces back. Oklahoma State is actually the worst team in the Big 12 right now, in terms of record. So yeah, I'm gonna go Colorado State. I'm sorry, Colorado, and the Buffaloes.
Okay.
Georgia Tech, I forgot what this bowl game is. I think it's good old fashioned hate. But Georgia Tech travels to Athens to go against the seventh ranked Georgia Bulldogs. Zach, who do you got?
I mean, Georgia Tech surprised us early in the year,
Yeah.
right? But they're not surprising us here.
Nah,
I got to take Georgia. Plus, Georgia's wearing all black jerseys, so
oh, it's Rams. Yeah, it's Rams.
come on.
Just because Zach said that, I'm taking Georgia too. But yeah,
It is
Georgia Tech.
it's called the
They've
clean
had a good year.
old-fashioned hate.
There it is. I see.
That's
I
the
knew it.
motto.
Old fashioned, clean old fashioned hate. Yeah,
I like
give me the Georgia. Give me Georgia by a million.
it.
Nebraska, who actually as of last week made a bowl game for the first time since 2016,
Wow.
8 years, traveled to Iowa City to face the Hawkeyes. Zebor, who do you have?
Listen, I was not good this year. They're really not. They lost a couple pieces. In my opinion, they're not good. Let me rephrase.
Mhm.
Nebraska started off hot. They've kind of gotten really cold, but I'm gonna take Nebraska. Even though it's at Iowa, I'm gonna take Nebraska.
Nebraska, good take. I am actually not going to go with this off-brand Patrick Mahomes and Dylan Raiola. I think you've seen all the memes and everything.
Uh,
Um, but I am going to go with Iowa at home. I don't know exactly their record. I got to search it up, but I'm assuming they're fighting for some type of bowl eligible. There's six in the Big Ten, so I think they already made a bowl. But
5-3
I
right
like.
now in the conference, 7-4 overall.
Okay, so yeah, they already made a bowl game. I still think they pull out and win this game. I forgot that their running back is just really, really good in my opinion. So at home, last home game, probably senior day for them. Give me Iowa.
I like it.
Zach, we have the game
The
next
game.
on noon. I think the best slate of games for the rivalry week is always played on noon, which kind of sucks.
For some
But
reason.
the Wolverines travel to Columbus to go against the second ranked Ohio State Buckeyes. Who do you have?
I need to make it very clear. If Ryan Day loses this game, he needs to go.
Go on. Yeah,
I
easily.
think
Go
I
on.
was texting with you the other day. He's not, in my opinion, he's not a very good coach, right?
He's not.
I I don't know who I was talking to. Someone told me, and I love this analogy. Ryan Day took over the program as if he was a baseball player pinch running and he got onto third base, right? He starts on third base. He's not gone home.
Yeah,
No, I don't know who
exactly.
told that to me. I'm blanking. Shout out whoever that was. It was probably Parker Ponley or someone of that sorts. But
Hmm.
that perfectly sums it up, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I think
I
Ohio
agree.
State wins this. There's no way they lose, especially with the NFL roster this Ohio State team's really got.
I agree. Yeah, there's no way I'm picking Michigan to win this game. Obviously, they've won the last three matchups. Uh I think we might know why.
Mm.
I think I know why. You know,
Yeah,
when you
I
beat the
got,
starting quarterback
I
of
got
the
a little
Houston
idea.
Texans, when you beat the starting quarterback of the Houston Texans and he has threats such as wide receiver ones on the Cardinals, a wide receiver two on the Seahawks, a wide receiver one on the Saints before he got hurt, and a wide receiver one in the Jets, a wide receiver one and twos on four NFL teams, and you show up like that. I think something's a little fishy there. Yeah, that streak ends this weekend. Ohio State by a million. I agree. If Ryan Day loses this game, he needs to get kicked out. If I'm Ryan Day, though, I am absolutely punishing Michigan. I understand, you're fighting for a little bit more.
Yeah,
You're on a national stage and you have a chance to win a national championship. Probably
it don't
won't,
matter.
but it doesn't matter.
Rivalry
You
hate
need
wins
to.
over anything,
Yeah,
man.
this is hate. You need to assert your dominance. You've been hearing all the talk the past 3 years. Been over 1,000 days. You haven't beaten the team up north.
Eat.
So give me Ohio State as well.
I agree.
Um, Number 8, Tennessee goes against an actually not bad team at all.
Yep.
Traveled to Nashville to go against Vanderbilt. Battle for I don't know. This is probably some rivalry. They're both Tennessee based. But I don't know what it's called, but yeah, Tennessee Vandy. Who you got?
I got to rock with Tennessee. They've been kind of hot lately. Kind of a sleeper pick to make the playoffs here. I'm not sure if they'll make a run here, but I'm going to take Tennessee. I don't think Vanderbilt's that good, but
Yeah. Yeah, Vanderbilt's definitely better than they are in past years. Tennessee's actually in the playoff right now, surprisingly.
yep,
But yeah, but give me Tennessee for that game as well. This I think is actually going to be a pretty good game.
I agree
South
100%.
Carolina, yeah, South Carolina. They travel to oh my gosh, I don't know the cities Clemson in. Dang it, probably Clemson, South Carolina, I think. But they travel. Number 15, South Carolina travels to the in-state rival, number 12, Clemson. Zebor, who do you have?
You're right. They're in Clemson.
Let's go. I'm still naming all the cities right.
Clemson, South Carolina. You had it. Um, I this is gonna be a great game. I really don't know which direction I want to take it. South Carolina's looked great recently, in all seriousness. Um, they've been balling. I've not watched too much South Carolina football personally, but um, it's hard going to Clemson. Clemson's got a good atmosphere there. Um, I really don't know who I'm gonna pick.
I
Kind of.
know I'm gonna pick. Let me go first.
Yeah, you go first.
Bet South Carolina. Give me South Carolina. I'm taking the Gamecocks, as they like to say in the Valenti and Rico show, which I watch a lot. The Cockaboos. This is a little crazy, but yeah, they like to go for South Carolina. They always pick South Carolina when they're underdogs, and surprisingly, they always win. So they must
Yeah,
know something. I'll take South Carolina to beat Clemson.
I'm gonna pick Clemson then, just to so we get some variety in our picks. We've had too much similarity recently. Um, I want to make it very clear though, this game I really don't know who's gonna win this. It's gonna be a
Yeah,
good game.
this is gonna be kind of crazy. Gonna be kind of crazy. This is I think another good game. Both have had their ups and downs this entire season. Louisville travels to Lexington to Kentucky to go against the University of Kentucky. Who do you have, Zebo?
I got Louisville, man. Louisville's looked. I think they've looked really good this year. In all seriousness, um, obviously they're not ranked anymore, but I still think they are. They deserve to be ranked. Um, I'm gonna take Louisville.
Louisville. Kentucky had one good game against Ole Miss. They beat them on the road earlier in the season. Since then, they have been absolute poverty. They're 15th in the SEC, 4-7 record. Give me Louisville as well. Next, we have the 16th ranked Arizona Wildcats travel to Tucson, I think. I'm sorry, the Arizona State Sun Devils travel to Tucson to go against the Arizona Wildcats. Holy crap. But I think that's the city they're in. But Zebo, who you got?
We've talked about it. Arizona State's a good football team, underrated football team. I want to emphasize that.
Oh,
They've gotten
very.
the flowers here recently, beating BYU. I forget who their last win was against, but um, they're they're truly figuring it out here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Arizona State here. A little battle of Arizona, state of Arizona. I'm sure this is another rivalry, huge rivalry, but I'm not sure what
Oh
this
yeah.
is called.
With them.
But give me Arizona State.
Yeah, I'm gonna rock with you too. Like I said, they're projected to win the Big 12 right now. I think they're in first place actually. Arizona, I don't hear no, I just know they have a pretty good receiver. I think he's up for the Blendikoff. But I will take the Arizona State Sun Devils in this game. Zach, I'm going to the game. I am going to this
Hard
game. I
time.
will be in attendance. I will be in attendance on Saturday, freezing my butt off.
Have fun.
Hopefully, just praying that Michigan State doesn't lose, because if they do, I'm going to be absolutely furious. But
I'm not gonna be there. I need to make that very clear.
Rutgers,
I'm
you know,
home.
lucky. Rutgers travels to East Lansing to go against a Michigan State team who, if they win, they make it to a bowl game. And if they lose, I will
On the line.
never step foot in Spartan Stadium ever again. Who do you have?
Ah, man, I gotta pick Michigan State, right? Like
Got
Rutgers
to.
is a better football team, I think, than us. I want
They
to make
are.
that very clear. I think they are a much better team. They have it a little more figured out than we do.
Hmm.
But I think with a bowl game on the line, I think there's going to be a little bit different of a motivation for the Spartans coming out. So I'm going to rock with Michigan State.
I am going to be rooting for Michigan State as I wear green and white to the game. I want them to win. I hope they win. Will they win? I can't say. But I do know that my reverse psychology record this year has been dominating, and I think Michigan State needs all the help they can get. Good luck, all that stuff. I don't know, do whatever ritual you need or something to help Michigan State win, because they're going to need it against a better Rutgers team. So I'm going to take Rutgers, but only because the reverse psychology. I go green.
Oh, absolutely.
The third ranked Texas Longhorns travel to College Station
Ooh,
in Texas to
what
go
a
against the
pull. What a
20th ranked
pull.
to go against the 20th ranked Texas A&M Aggies. There
Yep.
it is.
You
There it
got it.
is.
You got it.
I got it.
Um, I'm taking Texas, right? Texas at the beginning of the season was my favorite to win it all. They're still definitely in the running. I want to make that very clear. Um, they got a great roster.
Yeah.
It's hard to root for Oregon and Ohio State, truly for me, still. So I need Texas to win. Um, so I'm gonna rock with them. Although I'd love to see an upset here, I really would.
Yeah, this is the first time in I don't know how many years these teams have actually played each other, but this was before Texas went to the Big 12, like a big rivalry within the state of Texas, way back in the day. So I'm gonna rock the Longhorns here as well. I get like to your point, I think they're definitely in the race for a natty. They can definitely do it. 24th ranked Kansas State Wildcats travel to Ames, Iowa to go against the 18th ranked Iowa State Cyclones. Who you picking?
I'm gonna rock with Iowa State here. I think I've mentioned it in other picks. I think Kansas State's kind of a fraud. Um, as well as the next game. I'm not even gonna get into that yet. I'll let you take your time. But I'm gonna rock with 18 Iowa State.
18 Iowa State. I want more diversity too, Zach, but I just can't pick Kansas State. They're frauds in my eyes as well. So I'm going to go Iowa State. And I think because of your last statement, I actually agree with it as well. So I think we're both going to be picking Houston to go to Provo, Utah and beat the 19th ranked BYU, whatever I
Cougars.
don't know. Oh, Cougars.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're doing
Cougars,
so good.
frauds.
You had everything
Cougars,
up until the last.
frauds. Cougars, frauds, same thing. Give me Houston.
I agree 100%. I truly BYU. I was never on their hype train this year. I need to make that very clear. When they were ranked sixth, I knew they were coming back down. to reality. I still don't think they're at reality. I think 19 is still kind of high. This team doesn't look as good as they claim to be. So I'm gonna rock with Houston. But
Awesome. And that ends the college football picks for this week.
absolutely.
Zach, do you want to talk about how the Lions not obliterated, but convincingly won another game last week? It's so amazing. I love talking about the Lions, then watching them play tomorrow. But we did
I
something in
know.
Indy this week.
This is
Just same
crazy. I
old
mean, little
business as
Thanksgiving
usual.
Day action. I love it.
Love
12:30.
it.
I'll be watching.
Oh, I'll
Um,
be tuned in, dialed in.
I will too. Hopefully, I got a couple beers in me. We'll see. Um, Before I get to that, though, I want to mention a couple things. First of all, you went 8-5 in picks. I went 9-4. Overall, pretty good weeks. Could be better. And the other thing I wanted to mention, Daniel Jones is a free man. You know, I
Yes.
he went to the GM, said, "Let me go." They said, "We wish you the best of luck. You're gone." What's crazier is he's now with the Vikings.
Division
Um,
foe, divisional foe.
whatever. Uh, he's on the practice squad though, so if another team something happens this week, another team could snag him. Um, but I did see something that caught my eye for the Giants, and that is they're paying Devin Singletary the same amount of money Saquon Barkley's making right now, except Saquon Barkley's production's a lot bigger, right? And then additionally, this Tyrone Tracy guy, who's their rookie running back, who's really blossoming into be a stud. Super optimistic about him. He is proven everybody wrong, and having an amazing little gig here. I think he's now RB1.
Yeah.
That being said, I will not be watching the Giants Cowboys game this Thanksgiving because that is we got Drew
Oh,
Lock starting at quarterback because Tommy DeVito's out against Cooper Rush. That's just not very appealing to me. I think I might take my little nap after food in between that time.
yeah. I might have the itis as well and just wait for the night game. But yeah, that's the Giants organization. Not to crap on your team, Zach, but that's the Giants organization for you.
In
It's
recent
just
history,
it is what it is. In recent history, yeah, you pay a quarterback that you released the same or what a running back who's now not only leading the league in rushing yards, but the MVP race
they're going to be
and
paying Daniel
to a
Jones.
divisional foe, by the way.
They're going to be
And
paying
now
Daniel Jones more money next season than Saquon Barkley's making, and Daniel Jones will not be playing for them. So,
the Giant. Hey, if I'm Daniel Jones, I'm in a better situation.
absolutely, absolutely.
I'm on a what is it, a 9-2 team now?
Nope.
You know,
God forbid something happen, he's gonna come.
the only thing, if I'm Daniel Jones, it's like, geez, I gotta go against the Lions again. Holy crap! But
Nah, man.
outside of that, that man is living his
No, I know
best
what you
life.
mean.
I'm not gonna lie, that man
Um,
is living his best life.
on another note, I saw some rumors, some crazy rumors that the Giants, obviously, they're gonna uphaul everything, right, for this season. It's kind of a bust.
Yeah.
I saw the craziest rumor saying they're gonna go after Deion Sanders as their head coach, and they're gonna draft Shador. I don't know how I feel about that one.
I don't think Dion works in the NFL personally.
I don't think I think Dion needs to stay at Colorado another year.
I
He got
agree.
something good going now. They could start.
He
They're
has something
finally
great
starting
going
to
now.
ramp it up.
I don't mind him moving to a bigger program within college football.
I would
I
say
think
he
that can
needs
help
one
him
more
a
year.
lot.
Personally, I think he needs one
Mhm.
more.
Yeah, to make sure this year isn't a fluke. But what he's done, obviously, it's impressive. But yeah, I'll give him another year, and then I have no problem with him moving to a bigger program, a bigger brand within college football. You got to pay to win now
I'm
with
surprised
NIL.
he didn't
So
go to Florida State off rip. In all honesty, because that's where he went to college, right? I'm not crazy.
he did, but at that time when he was leaving, Florida State was still kind of
I wouldn't be
on the
surprised.
incline.
Wouldn't be surprised if Florida State gives him a call in like next year or something.
if
If
they have the
if they
same
don't
if
turn
they
it
have the
around,
same if they have the same like if Florida State does the same thing that they're doing this year next year and they
yeah,
fire their current coach, I forgot his name, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either.
absolutely. And with that being said, let's dive into the Lions beat down. Um, I'm not going to name any names, but I know someone who had a parlay this past weekend almost hit. Almost. I think. Amon-Ra didn't score, right? The parlay was David Montgomery anytime touchdown, Jahmyr Gibbs anytime touchdown, Amon-Ra anytime touchdown, and Jonathan Taylor anytime touchdown. Went 2 for 4. Was looking
Awful. Just
optimistic.
awful.
Um,
Just awful.
yeah.
What can you do?
Hate to see a good parlay go to waste,
Hate to see a good parlay go down the waste, but
but it's all good. Listen.
yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
At least it was just promo money, so
No, yeah,
I'll
yeah.
take
Of
the loss. So, but yeah,
course.
Lions. I don't know. They did what they normally do, and you can't
I
obviously. And it's like they didn't even play that good. I mean, they played good. They played fine,
they
but it's
played
like
I thought they
in
played
my
pretty
like I was watching that
good.
game. I was like, yeah, they played a good game. They played a clean game.
Yeah.
But it's just like you still don't play your best, and you still win by almost 3 touchdowns. It's like in a hostile environment against a team you probably play once every 4 years. It's like, well, actually not that hostile. I
Hey, with
like
Jared Goff chance going,
half of the
man.
crowd. Yeah, half the crowd was Lions fans. Believe it or not. I mean, it's not hard to believe. Indy's like
Ah,
what
you were
four or
saying we
five
should
hours
drive
away.
down. You had the
I
exact same
wanted
idea.
to, bro. If I was still in Michigan, I would have. Bro, the nosebleed seems like $100.
Dude,
It'd been nothing.
I was looking at tickets for the Lions Bears game this upcoming like tomorrow.
Yeah, I know it's
Standing room is like
ridiculous.
150. It's insane.
There's no way. There's no way.
But listen, now Lions looked, I thought, pretty good. On the topic of Lions, they got some questionable things going on for the injury report we saw.
Injuries. That's the.
David Montgomery and Amon-Ra are still questionable as of today's injury
They're
report.
gonna play. They're gonna
And
play.
Carlton Davis and Taylor Decker are out, which means
Which
everybody's
sucks.
favorite backup corner, Kindle Vildor, is gonna stay. Um, stay.
My eyes bleed when I watch Kendall Vildor. Like, there's no way, and maybe there is, and there's no way that he's the next best option for a starting corner position within the Lions. There's no
I don't
way
know how we haven't picked
the
somebody up. There are
Aaron
still some
Glenn.
very good free agents.
I know, and it's like there's just no way. There's no way that he is the best option because as long as he is our second best option, because obviously Terrion was hurt last week, Carlton's out this week, Terrion's back. It's like Anthony at some point, Anthony Richardson, I was watching a recap of the game. He was just throwing it up to Vildor's side. He didn't care
Why
who was
wouldn't you?
covering him.
Why would you
He was just
not?
throwing, why wouldn't you? He was just throwing it up to Vildor's side. And it's just, and sometimes it'll be too long. Other times the catch will be made, but Vildor never did anything to like really show that he was meant to be in the field.
I
Like
agree.
he is a cancerous aspect of that defense. And if we get cooked tomorrow, because we're going against some pretty good receivers, Keenan
Yeah.
Allen,
No, some great
Romo
receivers.
Dunze, and DJ Moore, and he's going to have to guard at least one of them for the entire game.
Unless you're putting
We are
them
going to
on
get
Cole Kmet.
cooked.
But
Exactly. And without any safety help, we are going to get absolutely fried if he is out there and it's starting for us. I'm sorry. It's just there's
I,
no I hate
I,
watching him. I love the Lions organization. He is not a good player. He is not going to set up for us for success. He doesn't provide any good depth in the cornerback position. I don't know what the organization or the coaches see in him and why they continue to watch him but still put him out on the field. I don't get it.
I don't know. But I do trust the judgment, till it goes to the crapper. But
Yeah. It's a little weird too. The one thing I want to mention, then we'll get to picks. I'm sorry, guys, but
no, you're
I love talking about the Lions.
chilling.
Yeah, I'm at home, Barry Sanders jersey in the back. Anyway, it's weird because we have 2 Thursday night. Obviously, we always play on Thanksgiving, but our next game is a week from tomorrow against the Packers at home. It's
Weird.
like normally you have a Thursday night football game. Obviously, you're coming off a short week, so that's hard in itself. But then you have another 10 days after that, which you would normally play, the following Sunday.
Yeah,
And then that, you really get rested up and stuff. It's like a long, pretty long week. It's going to be interesting because we have I think definitely Carlton and Taylor Deck will be back by then, but
hopefully.
it's like it's a little bit. We're not gonna truly get back to our normal, I guess, like flow of rest time until after next week because it's like
Yeah,
we're on a 4 days of rest after this Sunday. Then we have a week. We don't even get the 10 days after playing tomorrow, and we have a week after tomorrow. Then we get 10 days for the Bills on Sunday. I'll take that though. I like to rest up against
absolutely.
my opinion,
That's gonna be a
the
good
best
game.
team in the AFC. So, that's gonna be game of the century. I can't wait for that. I
Yeah.
can't even imagine how much tickets are for that.
At
At home
Buffalo,
too.
right?
No, at home.
Oh,
It's
home.
home.
Okay.
It's home. We have 3 home games in a row. Yeah,
Okay.
3 home games in a row. So anyway,
Okay.
we'll see how that goes. But
Listen, it's gonna be a little tough because, like you said, it's normally you get an extra couple days after a Thursday.
yeah,
I'm not sure. Maybe considering there's 3 teams playing this Thursday, they were just like, you know,
yeah,
but
yeah, it's true.
whatever.
So yeah, we'll
I
see.
do want to point out it's weird. There's a Friday night game.
Oh yeah, for Black Friday.
Yeah, Raiders
Yeah,
Chiefs.
it's different.
I get it. You know, everybody extended weekend. Why not try and capitalize on the viewership? But
Yeah, I get it. It's all about money.
it is.
All about money.
Speaking of money, the No Fun League has proceeded to fine basically everybody, right? The fines have been out of control. Um, I don't know if we talked about, but JMO from 2 weeks ago was on the cover of the NFL's week, whatever it was, 11 highlights or 10 highlights, right? And he was fined almost 20 grand. Um,
It's ridiculous. I don't get that. That's dumb. That's petty. That's petty. That's just stupid. Like NFL's being
actually
just
insane, these fines.
that's
Like,
like just annoying. That's ridiculous. How are you gonna find someone then post it on your poster cover for on
no,
your
literally.
YouTube? That makes no sense. Like what, really?
I don't know.
That's like that. I saw that and I was like, that's weird. That's like weird behavior from the NFL. I
Yeah.
don't get it. But
Last little thing for me, and then we'll get into picks. Um, I saw this edit and I cannot find it for the life of me, and it's kind of driving me crazy. It's the Pointer Sisters, right, singing "I'm so excited" to like these Detroit Lions edits. Now I can't.
yeah,
I've been looking for it. I actually can't find it, so I don't know if it was deleted or something. But it was one of the best edits I've seen. I'm so tempted to make the edit myself at this point because I can't
just do
find
it.
it.
Make it yourself.
I have to. But yeah, that's all I got for that. You got anything else before we dive into picks here, Evan?
Let's just get to the
No.
picks, bro. Let's
All
get to
right.
the picks.
First game
I can
of
talk about this.
Thanksgiving.
12:30.
Chicago Bears,
13 hours. 13 hours from right now.
15 hours. That's crazy. Jeez. Chicago Bears coming to Detroit. What you got here, Evan?
The Lions haven't won on Thanksgiving since 2016.
Jeez.
And did you know that I'm not completely sure, the Lions have worn some type of alternate or their, I guess, old school uniforms every year from that game on to this year. And they're rocking the blueberries tomorrow.
They are
But
rocking the
they're
Blueberries.
throwback jerseys. You know, it's just a Lions jersey, but no decals on it,
Oh, yeah.
basically.
It's
Yeah,
like
just the
white
Lions, all
on.
the Lions. Yeah,
Simple. I love
and,
it.
I like it. It looks nice. So it's like then I kind of ponder back to me. It's like, geez, I'm undefeated this year in my reverse psychology. Do I help the Lions?
Yeah,
Do I give them? Do I
doubling down
trust
on a
them enough
reverse
with
psychology this week?
Vildor? Is that do I trust them enough with Vildor to for me to not try to give some good luck to them? But
No,
we're 10-1. We're steamrolling teams.
absolutely.
Why am I gonna I'm not gonna I can't bet against the Lions. They've given me nothing to bet against them for. So I'm gonna go Detroit. And I am going to say that the throwback curse is gonna be broken this week and is gonna overlay my reverse psychology. And we're rocking the blueberries tomorrow. We're gonna get the dub. God, please help Vildor if he starts. Please,
When he
holy
starts.
crap, please, Dan Skipper, just do enough for us to just give golf a little time. But I think this will definitely be more of an offensive battle. It's either going to be a low scoring game
Yeah.
or a high scoring game. But yeah, give me Detroit, man. Give me Detroit. I'm back in Michigan. I have the Barry Sanders jersey behind me. I have Thanksgiving tomorrow. Why would I not pick Detroit, Zach? Give me
Absolutely.
Detroit. Lions. Detroit,
Um,
next question. I know you're picking Detroit.
I'm picking Detroit as well. That's going to be very clear. But I actually saw a stat, and it was comparing Aiden Hutchinson, who's been hurt, right, for a while now,
A
to
minute.
Montez Sweat. I don't know if you saw
I
this,
saw that too.
right? They have almost identical stats, except one key difference, and that's games played. So, with that being said, I think the Lions. Jared
I'm not
Goff
saying
said it's been a while since they've won on Thanksgiving, and he said it's time to change that. So I think it's going to be a nice little um, stem, right? Stem off the branch of the tree. We're going to keep going in these just bullying outings, and I think we're going to embarrass the Chicago Bears on Thanksgiving. I hope. Um, Next, I think this is when a lot of people are going to be taking their naps or starting to eat dinner. Giants Cowboys.
Two bad teams, two bad organizations. I guess the Giants have. I'm sorry. I guess the Cowboys have a few better players than the Giants currently do.
Yeah,
Drew Lock, his first time starting. Give me the Cowboys.
Seattle
Just give me the Cowboys.
Cowboys. Listen, the Giants are kind of turning into a little bit of a dumpster fire again, man. I'm not a. That's not how rebuilds are supposed to work. I don't think.
At
Um,
all.
I their entire all basically every key player has come out and said they are frustrated with the organization.
Yeah,
So
I would too.
I think this summer is going to be huge for them. I think they're going to blow it all up, but I think they get the win against the Cowboys. Um, some huge rivalry game, right? I think maybe they'll come together, and Drew Lock will be. I think he'll have a decent game. I'm hopeful.
You're picking the Giants or the Cowboys?
I'm gonna pick the Giants.
The Giants.
Can't pick
I
the,
okay. Starting with a little bit of diversity.
I don't think I could pick the Cowboys in anything. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I hear you. I
Hurts
hear
my
you. I hear you. I
soul.
hear
Um, but yeah, next we get into Dolphins at Packers. Should be a final slate from Thanksgiving.
you. Yeah. And now thinking about it, the Packers in the same situation we are in because we play them next Thursday in Thursday Night Football.
Yeah.
So
If anything, we get a
yeah,
little more rest because we play earlier.
there it is. There it is.
Couple
Get a
hours.
few more hours. Those few more hours. Hey, a few hours is that's
Do a lot of things in a few hours.
last minute, taping or we'll do
Absolutely.
exercises. But the Dolphins, they've gotten better obviously since Tua's been back, and they're still kind of trying to climb their way back up to where they were before he got hurt. But that environment, the cold, obviously they're professionals, they can play through it, but I hate rooting for a divisional rival, but I'll take the Packers at home.
I agree with you here. I'm also going to pick the Packers. I just don't listen. Dolphins are. I saw a funny quote from their head coach Mike McDaniel's. They're like, "How you prepping for the cold this week?" And he goes, "Well, I got my pockets filled of ice cubes and I'm throwing it at the players." I thought that was pretty funny. But
He's hilarious.
listen, it's hard when you go from such a warm environment this time of year to such a cold environment. And I think that plays a big difference. Give me the Packers though. And then we actually have our Friday game here. Raiders visit the Kansas City Chiefs. What you thinking?
Yeah, there's no way I would, even if Minshew wasn't hurt, I don't trust him or Aiden O'Connell to beat
Didn't
Kansas City.
real quick, didn't Aiden O'Connell beat Kansas City last year?
He did beat Kansas City last year, and it was at Kansas City. I don't see that happening this year. The Raiders is not a good organization. They should have gave us Max Crosby. I'll go Kansas City at home. I'll go
I want to
Kansas
make it
City.
very clear. I'm happy with Ziggy.
Me too.
He was the
Don't get me wrong.
number one
I am very
PFF
happy
rated
with
player on our
Zedarius. I'm
team.
sorry. I'm not even trying to throw any shade. I am extremely happy with Zedarius. I am beyond happy with Zedarius. And when Hutch comes back next year, I think it'll be
It's gonna
disgusting.
be
But
beautiful.
I just want
Fireworks.
you, just don't. You don't even need to say anything. Just picture Hutchinson and Max Crosby on two sides of it. That's it. I'm just saying. Just picture Hutch,
Yeah,
Zedarius Smith. I
I'm
love
not
you. You
arguing.
have made this team better since you've played for us. So I am beyond happy, and I hope we can get you a ring, and I hope we can get you another ring, and you'll be an amazing compliment to Hutch next year. I just want to put that out there. I am totally fine with Darius Smith. I'm just saying.
No, absolutely. I mean, Zedarius was the number one PFF. Oh
I
boy.
did see that.
Um,
This past week
right.
he was so.
And
So
I
Darius,
just had to click
you're
real
a dog.
quick.
He's a dog.
I had to
He's a
click
dog.
real
I'm not
quick.
gonna lie.
Michigan State's winning 80 to 79 with 20 seconds left against North Carolina.
Maui Invitational college basketball.
This is scary, man. Oh my
We'll
God.
see.
We'll
We'll
click back in a
see.
couple seconds here. Definitely watch that for a second. But I'm also gonna rock with the Chiefs. You really can't pick against the Chiefs. At home, they've looked really good. I am very annoyed. I saw Andy Reid is the favorite for Coach of the Year. I don't think he deserves that, even with all the injuries. I think it has to be Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell was snubbed, I think, last year. I don't remember who actually ended up winning it, but that's just wrong. I don't know. Not
Yeah,
Dan Campbell deserves it this year. He really does.
he
Um,
does.
with that being said, we're gonna move on to Sunday's slate. We have Chargers at Falcons.
This is actually gonna be a really good game. Chargers coming off a loss to the Ravens on Monday Night Football, actually. Falcons coming off of a bye week. I
This is gonna be good.
this is gonna be a good game. This is gonna be a very really good game. You pick first. I don't know who I'm picking.
All right. Well, this is tough, you know. Chargers are a really good team. They did lose to the Ravens this past week in the Harbaugh Bowl. John Harbaugh, the Ravens coach, is now 3-0 against Jim Harbaugh. Makes me a little bit happy, I will not lie. Um,
Go John.
people are actually talking about how it's crazy John Harbaugh is older than Jim Harbaugh because Jim looks so much older. But
He does.
that's what happens when you lose, I guess, right? Or
He
cheat.
does.
I don't know. Maybe both.
He
I don't
did
know.
for both. It was
With that
both.
being said, I think they go 0-2 here in back-to-back weeks. I'm gonna rock with the Falcons.
Yeah, I'll probably go with Falcons too. Gus Edwards is starting for the Chargers now that J.K. Dobbins is hurt.
Yep.
Falcons coming off of a bye. I like Kirk Cousins, who
Hey, Big
can't, who,
Kirko's
how
rested
could you
up. Big
hate?
Kirko
Yeah,
was
Kirko's
actually
resting
at
up.
a
He
Michigan State
was. For,
basketball game, I
for,
believe it was the other day.
and I thought he was at the Purdue game as well.
It might have been it might have been football. I might be mixing. I know
Oh,
Magic was at the basketball game in Maui.
oh yeah.
Kirk, I
If it
think
was, yeah, it was.
Kirk
He was
and
the
Coach
football team.
G were at the Purdue game. You're
The
absolutely right.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, right. Okay, yeah. I'll go Falcons.
Absolutely. Next up we got Steelers at Bengals. This should be another really good game.
Um, yeah, Steelers Bengals. It's like Bengals they're just cursed, bro. Like, how do you have a like Joe Burrow, if his team was at least just 500, would be in the MVP, a top, he'd
Absolutely.
probably be the MVP leader right now. He's leading the league in like yards, touchdown passes, and then Jamar Chase is leading the triple crown. He has the most yards, receiving touchdowns, and receptions in the league, and they are like 4-6 or 4-7. But I'll take the Steelers this game. The Steelers I think they'll bounce back from losing to Cleveland.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll take the Steelers.
I was really hoping you'd pick the Bengals, honestly, because I was gonna rock with the Steelers as well. Uh, I'm still gonna stay with the Steelers here. Um, yeah, to your credit, Joe Burrow would be um insane. Sorry, this Michigan State game is now tied 82-82 with 4.9 seconds left. Oh my God. What the heck? Ah, that's not good. Um,
That's not good.
it's not good, man. We
It's
can't
not
make our
good at all.
shots.
It's
I'm
not good at
surprised
all.
Jiggy made two free throws.
It's
Um,
not good, guys. It's not good.
regardless, I think they did just go to timeout here. So, yeah, listen, the have looked really good. They did lose to the Browns, and that Browns game made me smiling, man. A little snow football. Jameis Winston might be, if not my favorite player right now, has to be one of my favorite players, not on the Lions in the league right now. That man is just pure good energy, and he's a true leader. I would love to see him in a great position next year, if not with the Browns as their full-time starter. But I'm gonna still rock with the Steelers. No, I knew I got a little off track there, not talking about the Browns, but the Browns Steelers, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Except
Little
as
sports
Texans at
podcast.
Jaguars.
Yeah, Jags are awful.
Texans coming
Texans.
off a loss though.
They're coming off a lot, but the Jags are coming off of getting mollywopped by Detroit. So even after the Jags bye, give me Houston.
I agree.
Next question.
Texans. I feel like this should be a no-brainer. Also, give me
Texans lost to the Titans. That's a bad loss, though. Oh my God,
that
that's a
was a
bad
bad
loss.
loss.
It's a really bad
But the
loss.
Jaguars have lost to everybody else essentially. So, Cardinals Vikings. This should also be a pretty good matchup here.
Quick question. Was that loss? Did the Texans play the week after we beat them? Do you know? Or did they have a bye? No, they played the Cowboys. I'm
Oh,
sorry, they played the Cowboys. Yeah, I'm tripping. They
yeah,
played the Cowboys.
beat the
I was about to
Cowboys.
say Honolulu flu strikes again. They lose after they lose to
Cowboys
Detroit.
won last week though, right? I'm
They
not.
won the last year. I'm just saying, like the week after we played the Texans, the
Oh yeah,
Cowboys and the Texans played each other,
there
and
goes
yeah,
that makes sense why we haven't seen that stat.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it kind of the Titans broke it after they beat the Patriots after getting cooked by us. Cardinals Vikings. Cardinals
Cardinals Vikings.
disappointed me last week. I'm gonna be rooting for the Cardinals, but at home, Minnesota, I'll take the Vikings.
I unfortunately agree with you here. Um, Vikings are on in a year they were supposed to be heavily rebuilding. They are not. So it's confusing to me.
Yeah.
And we're going overtime. Sorry. I had to pull it up for a second for the
Better than
Colts.
the loss, I guess. But how'd you let them come back, bro?
Our team is bad. I don't know. I'm very impressed. I do want to mention on the Michigan State basketball side, very impressed with Jace Richardson, and I'm very impressed with Jackson Kohler, actually. He lost a lot of weight this past year. He is a monster. I was so disappointed in his performance last year, but he's really showing up recently, at least. Um, Moving on for our college, or not college, our NFL picks, though, we got the Colts visiting New England against the Patriots.
Uh, I'll say the Colts bounce back.
Yeah.
The Patriots are really bad. There's no rhyme or reason to it. I'll just take the Colts.
I'm gonna pick the Patriots. Just I don't know. Need variety in some picks. I'll sacrifice a pick. It's
I'll
cool.
sacrifice a big. Take one for the team. If you actually win, I'm gonna be really upset.
I'm gonna laugh. I won't lie. I might watch that one just to see.
I'm gonna
But
be really upset. Really
yeah.
upset.
Seahawks actually was one of the only pick we had different last week. I ended up winning that because they beat the Cardinals. But they play the Jets this week. What you
Jets are
got?
dysfunctional. Aaron Rodgers is a joke. The bad person. Give me Seahawks.
I agree 100%. Um, Moving on, we got Titans at Commanders, and the Commanders are actually the ones that lost to the Cowboys last week. Um, what you thinking?
After starting like 7-1 or 6-1, they've lost like three straight. The Commanders have. I think they bounce back. There's absolutely no way they lose to the Titans, and they'll probably actually lose to the Titans
Yeah.
just because I said that. But at home, I'll take the Commanders.
Now, in theory, you should be right, right? Like, but the Titans beat last week or 2 weeks ago, whatever it was. I don't even know. Um,
This past week,
it was yeah, okay. It was this past week. But yeah, I think the Commanders also win. Yeah. Next up, we got Buccaneers at Panthers. Panthers had a close game against the Chiefs last week. What
really
you thinking?
close. Yeah, that's why. But you can't
I
tell me the
enjoy
Chiefs are the
seeing
best team
Bryce
in the
Young
game.
happy. I want to make
Yeah,
that
me
very clear.
too. He deserves it, bro. He deserves it.
Agreed.
Yeah, give me the Buccaneers though. This- the Buccaneers Panthers was just still really bad though.
I agree. On a separate note, I don't know if we talked about this last week. Did you see Baker Mayfield suing his dad and his brother for mismanaging his money?
He did it. Yeah, I saw that. It wasn't,
That's
but we didn't talk about it. I think it happened like a couple of days ago. Yeah, sued him for like $12 million.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Wow.
did see that.
That's probably an awkward Thanksgiving
That's
for
pretty
them.
crazy. Oh, extremely
But
awkward. Holy crap.
yeah. No, I'm also gonna rock with the Buccaneers here. I enjoy seeing Baker prosper and successful here.
Oh
It's
yeah, for sure.
really a nice light. I still think the Panthers are just dysfunctional. Although they kept it close last week, I just don't think it's you
I
know.
agree. Another fact too, the Lions and Eagles are 16-0 since losing to the combined since losing to Baker Mayfield. So we both lost to the Bucks this year. I'm just putting it out
Wow.
there.
Wow. What a stat.
What
That's a
is
little
that?
crazy.
Ridiculous.
Next up we got Rams at Saints.
It's so weird because I feel like all these games are like so like one-sided. Like I don't
Not
know.
really. I wouldn't say all of them are. We started
All
out
of them.
with a pretty good slate.
You're right. The next game is gonna be a good one too. So I'll take the Rams though. Saints, oh my gosh. Remember Saints in the Super Bowl the first 2 weeks of the season? They scored like 70 points in the first two games. It was crazy.
Saints were such big pretenders. It's crazy. Such big
Huge.
pretenders. I agree though. I'm gonna take the Rams. Um, shouldn't really justify my answer, right? Saints kind of fell off huge, and the Rams are kind of healthy now. So yeah. This game though is gonna be a great game as well as the next
Great
one.
game.
Eagles at Ravens. What you thinking?
I can see either team winning this game. And I'm gonna let you say it first because I'll actually take one for the team in this one. I will pick whoever you don't pick because
I
I
agree.
have reasons. I have reasons for both teams winning. So
No, I,
go
I
ahead. Who do you think?
100% agree. Listen, it's gonna come down to who has a better day. Um, Dang, we suck. Oh no, we're good. Sorry. I got the game on my like little screen right here, so I
Yeah.
gotta support the boys, but in Maui.
Dang it. Just pull
But
me up.
listen, Eagles. I'm gonna pick the Eagles here, but this game really can go any either way. It's gonna be a tough one. Um, I just think the Eagles have been on more of a heater lately, right? I'd love for the Eagles to lose because that would help the Lions kind of secure the NFC a little bit more. But we'll see what happens, you know?
Yeah. So you say Eagles, I'll take Ravens then. Ravens coming off a big win cross country at home. They're going against a really good Eagles defense and defensive front. So will be a challenge for Derrick Henry. I thought they handled the passing attack from Herbert and McConkey pretty good last week against a pretty good Chargers offense and at least passing offense, which is something that the Ravens haven't been doing well this year. They're like dead last in the league in terms of pass defense.
Yeah.
But I also think this will be the Eagles' first real challenge, honestly, because I got to pull up. I was doing some research the other day and looking at who the Eagles have played this year, and okay, they beat the Packers in the first game of the season. Then they lost to the Falcons. They beat the Saints. They lost to the Bucks. They beat the Browns, Giants, Bengals, Jags, Cowboys, Commanders, and Rams. Only two of those teams, the Commanders and I'm sorry, yeah, the Commanders and the Packers have winning records. Put that in perspective.
Yeah.
Every other team is a losing record. Um, and that's just not I don't know. It's like I'm not trying to say they're frauds or a good team. They're doing what they're supposed to do, but this Baltimore is going to be, I think, their hardest test of the season, and it's at Baltimore too. I like the Ravens. I'm perfectly fine with picking them.
Completely support it. Just out of curiosity, do you know what the nickname is for the two white secondary guys from the Eagles? I'm kind of blanking on that right now. You know what I'm talking
They
about? They did. It
wore
was
the shirts. They wore the shirts. They wore the shirts. I can't remember what it was. Hold on, I gotta search it up.
I know, I'm trying to find it. I see the shirt. Hold on. Exciting whites.
Exciting whites.
No. That's him, Cooper Dijon and whatever Blankenship or
Oh
whatever
yeah,
his
Reed Blankenship.
Blankenship. That is that's really funny to me. I don't know.
That was
The whole
hilarious.
time you're talking about that, I was trying to figure out what it was in my head. I'm like, can't find it.
Exciting
But
whites.
no, absolutely. Yeah. To end off Sunday, great game, I think, right here as well. The 49ers at Buffalo Bills. What are we thinking?
Unless the 49ers get healthy, bro, they're really cooked. Like they're really
They're,
cooked. Green Bay
they're
made a
surprising
fool.
everybody with how bad
Green
they
Bay
are.
made a Green Bay made an absolute fool out of them. And if I was the 49ers, I'm not saying tank, but stop trying. Like let everyone like when they're healthy, they're a
Let's get
unit.
healthy. Yeah. Let
That's what I'm
them
saying. Let them get
save them for
healthy.
next year. Everybody's under
Not
contract there.
exactly. Everyone's under
There's no
contract.
reason.
You still have dogs on your team. I mean, yeah, Purdy is sustainable. You still have Ayuk, you still have Debo, you still have Kittle and McCaffrey on the
Ayuk's
offensive
hurt.
side. I know. I'm just saying, like for
Oh,
next
just
year,
like in
though. For
general.
yeah, I'm just saying, like all under contract, under contract. You still have superstars under contract. Why not get an upcoming superstar or a young great player in the draft and get a top 10 draft pick?
I agree.
So if I'm the 49ers, that's what I'm doing. I'm not saying like tank might be the wrong word, but don't
Maybe
maybe
just
stop trying. I don't know.
re
Maybe that's the same thing.
re strategize your approach for the
Yeah,
rest.
re-strategize. This season, it is
I
you need a
agree.
lot to
I've
happen.
I've
A
lost a lot
lot
of
to
respect for
happen.
Debo Samuel, man. He's become like, not to say an a-hole, but like he's been not a good team player lately. I
Yeah,
saw that video a few weeks ago of him like shoving the long snapper after the kicker missed a kick. Um,
I did see that.
Actually, I just want to point out the long snappers from Michigan State, the kickers from Michigan. What a crazy little world
That's
we.
crazy. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, I don't know. Debo's just been kind of in his own little world here recently, and he's not been doing anything
Yeah.
fancy either. So
Yeah, a lot of these 49ers players have never been in this position when they're like
yeah,
losing. You have a losing record in regular season too. So yeah, if I'm them, just re-strategize, come back healthy next year. It's gonna take a lot for you to you're definitely out the one seed, so you're not getting that. And it's gonna take a lot for you to even make the playoffs.
Yeah.
So
Yep. I
yeah,
agree.
I got the Bills though.
No, I agree. I don't know if I said my pick here, but I'm also gonna rock with the Bills. Bills are just surprising me so much. You know, they made all these cuts in the offseason. They got rid of Diggs. I thought that was gonna be a huge thing, but they're proving to everybody we know what we're doing here in Buffalo, and they're still balling. So I'm gonna take the Bills as well.
Who needs to find Diggs? You have Keon Coleman, bro. Like what?
I mean, Keon was hurt this past week, but they got Amari
Yeah,
Cooper too, and they get
it's
that one
true.
dude that walks with no shoes. So
Oh yeah, I forgot
what's his
his
name? Like
name. I know
Mac
you're talking.
Hollins or something crazy
Yeah,
like that.
Holland.
Yeah.
That's his name. That's his name.
That guy's a nut, low key. Um, Last game of the slate here, Monday Night Football, Cleveland Browns, Denver Broncos. What you got?
Broncos.
Yeah,
What you call Bo Nix is giving Jay Daniels a run for his money in the
dude.
Rookie of the
Bo
Year. I'm
Nix
not
is
gonna lie.
looking amazing.
He's looking really good. And Jaden Daniels, that gap, it might even be even now at this point in the season because the Broncos are just they just keep winning, and the Commanders are just steadily losing right now. So,
Yeah, no,
but yeah, the Broncos they're playing
I don't
really
know.
good football right now.
Bo Nix has, I wasn't sure about him at the start of the season. I'm gonna make that very clear. I really wasn't. I didn't watch too much Oregon football last year. I wasn't sure where he would be. I knew there was that whole Heisman campaign with him that they were trying to do, but he's proven his worth right now. And that Denver team's not even that good. I want to make that very clear. But he's still balling. It's beautiful to see.
Yeah, it sucks. Was like Sean Payton as a player and coach. I just don't like him, but he has a way with quarterbacks, and
He does. Look at Drew
it's
Brees.
working out. So
Jeez.
yeah,
Um
it's working out.
on another little ending note, I guess we can have it. I saw Pete Carroll was rumored he's like really good odds to be the next head coach of the Jets.
He's gonna come back. I thought he retired.
No, they just like it's like a forced retirement, They just moved him to the front office. Same
He's
thing
so
happened with
old though.
everybody. I think he needs to just retire. But
He was the oldest coach. Yeah, he was the oldest coach in
yeah.
the NFL last year. Like I wouldn't do that, but
On another
if
note,
he wants to,
I forgot to mention earlier, another rumored person I saw, I think it was a CBS article or something like that that I read, was that Bill Belichick's odds are pretty high to be the Giants' next coach, which would be
could you imagine? That's gonna be insane.
who was it? The quarterback that they had signing as well was really really crazy because I'm blanking on who it was right now, but it was like made me think. I'm like, no way this team has Bill Belichick and whoever the quarterback was. I'm really drawing a blank right now, but listen, it's whatever.
Yeah, that would be interesting though.
Listen, I enjoy seeing Belichick in the light. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I love seeing John Gruden. His TikToks are so funny. His football knowledge is crazy high. He's truly um he's truly killing it. And he's now assigned to Barstool media member apparently.
I did see that.
Um
I
yeah.
did see that.
Speaking of Barstool, I think Michigan or LSU needs to investigate some tampering. I did not know high school coaches could change teams for playoff runs.
I agree, but
That's crazy to me.
they threw a bag at him. They threw three times as much money as LSU did, bro. Like I, you
I'm
can't
not
blame the
saying
kid.
that. I'm just saying it's insane to me, right? All of a sudden, Connor Steins comes to coach this guy
Yeah, I mean,
the playoffs,
yeah, obviously
and then
there was,
Michigan
yeah, he definitely, yeah, they did something,
tampering or
and
something got to be looked at.
but
I also
three
hate.
point,
I'll keep saying I hate the way NIL runs right now. It is
yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah, 3.5 million to 10.5 million is that's life changing money. So
It
you can't
is.
be mad at him.
He didn't
You
even need
really
to work
can't.
a day in his life, and he's not
I
even
know,
on campus yet.
I know, it's ridiculous. But hey,
With that being said, that is all I got. Evan, you got anything else?
go Lions.
The Lions,
Break
absolutely.
the curse, break another curse. We've been doing it all year. I have the utmost confidence in our depth and the team. So I really hope we win tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a big
Yep.
win. The divisional game, another huge, if we get this game, bro, like huge. Thanksgiving, not prime time, but
Division.
national television, divisional game, break the curse.
I actually don't think I've watched the Lions Thanksgiving game that they won.
Me neither.
Crazy.
I can't remember. Like it's been so long, and like I don't know if we really like if we pull this one out. 'Cause I'm still like I'm always nervous. I don't know for every Lions game. Hey, yeah, Zach. I text them, bro. Like, when Friday, Saturday comes around, I'd be like, Zach, I'm nervous.
Oh,
Every single week, and it's just I don't know. But I'm nervous about tomorrow. I obviously think we can win,
yeah.
but we tomorrow will be a big. I know it's the Bears. They don't have the best record, but for the city of Detroit, for the organization, tomorrow is actually a huge game.
I
Huge
agree.
game.
I
Even
agree.
for this year's divisional rankings, huge standings is a huge game. Huge
Yeah,
game. So the
absolutely.
Lions.
With that being said, happy Thanksgiving from our families to yours.
Happy
Um,
Thanksgiving, everyone.
appreciate it if you made it this far. I know I said I was gonna hope for a shorter video. I'm not sure how long this one ended up being at this point, but we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Table talk after dark at midnight.
Dark.
Literally,
It
it
is
just turned midnight.
12:03 a.m. Michigan State's winning 92-88 right now with 8.4 seconds in
Oh, how
overtime.
much time? How much time?
8.4 seconds.
Oh my gosh, we won.
Now it's 93-88. Don't jinx that. Don't
We
jinx
won.
that. Don't jinx
Okay,
that. We can't
we
shoot
won.
threes. They can. Don't jinx that.
We won.
But yeah. All right. If they lose, I'm gonna be pissed because of you, Evan. I'm gonna make that very clear. This is
They
your fault.
lose. Be mad at Tom Izzo, not me.
Can't be mad at him. I got a picture
You
of
can be
him.
mad at him.
But yeah. All right. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you guys.
See you guys.